It does.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. So, welcome to today's episode. Today we will be we're discussing essentially the negative effects that AI could have. I want to also mainly focus this academically, as what brought on the topic is last week in one of my lectures, my lecturer, the HOD, the ALO department for my subject, he shared a paper, an MIT paper, Your Brain on ChatGPT, Accumulation of Cognitive Debt When Using an AI Assistant for SI Writing Tasks, by Natalia Kozomnia et al. And it's a fascinating paper. Basically, they did a study where they got a bunch of people to either only use ChatGPT or only use internet searches, or otherwise they just use their own brain, and then they assessed the data of how confident they were that the work was their own, which generally the people who used their own brain were more confident, and how confident they were in their paper. Or they also then did a part of a study where they took the people and they asked them, can you quote something from your paper? What can you tell me direct something that has been written in it? And for the most part, and this comes to how scary it is, the over-reliance on the tool of ChatGPT is, most of the people who used just that could not explain what was in their paper.
Yeah. I think it kind of comes to the point of the brain being a muscle in essence, where when it comes to at least research skills and understanding the knowledge and whatnot, when we do use certain tools like AI or ChatGPT, we kind of give up that strain, where the strain is needed to keep a muscle working, to keep a muscle flex, to build that solidarity of the muscle and the strength. And when we have something like something to make the load lighter, for example, like ChatGPT, Grok, DeepSeek, I can't remember the other ones, but when you have all those other tools, essentially it just makes it so that a lot of that load is lifted off of you, and mentally there's less strain, but also mentally there's less energy being put towards building that pattern repetition, the pattern recognitions and the repetitions of brain. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. But there's less of that, and there's less of working out that muscle that is your brain. Oh, we have lost her.
Okay, yeah. Nicole is having some technical issues. She might be on and off this episode, so we'll just do our best to have her on and talk when she's here.
Just realized my mic was muted.
What were you going to say, Jane?
Oh, I was just saying the technical issues. I was saying the same thing Adam said.
But yeah,
I think what boils it down is how reliant you are on AI and how people should be using AI as a whole.
I think it's a good tool. AI is a good tool because that exact same lecturer who shared this paper with us, we've had quite a few discussions this year. He also has before told us he likes using ChatGPT on occasion because English isn't his first language, And so he likes occasionally just using it to write an email, make sure that the email is grammatically correct, because sometimes he just struggles with, even though he's a professional and he's been a doctor for many, many years, he still just struggles with simple emails when he's not really in the mood for it. So it has its place. Even in the academic sector, it does have its place, but the bulk of your writing and your reading has to be done by you.
Because how can you tell what you're actually putting out or like learning if you're just taking it off of a AI engine that's actually grabbing information from there? I mean, that's
I think I'm gonna
if you looked
play.
up health systems.
Mhm.
If you looked up health symptoms, right? Like, oh, I have a cold or a runny nose. Hey, Google, what's happening? Oh, you're dying. So now imagine that, but with the AI, it's doing the same thing. So
Yeah.
it's kind of awesome.
I think I'm gonna play a bit of devil's advocate here, not for the sake that I do
Sure.
agree with this, but to just go along with the discussion and whatnot. I think AI is an amazing tool for that, for like just developing oneself within regards of freeing up time, freeing up mindset, having more time to split your energy and whatnot. Because we have had proxies for AI for years. We've had it in our algorithms, we've had it in other systems, we've had it in computers, but we don't really use it to the extent of that we do now, obviously. But it's been more of a beneficial tool. It hasn't hindered anyone. It's just made life quicker. It's made life faster. It's made
Yeah.
thinking easier. You know.
It's another
So from that,
frustrating thing you brought up because like we have been using it for a fairly long time without really realizing it. But the
yeah,
other thing is
It's another
people
frustrating
often
thing you brought up. Because like we have been using it
my voice is echoing.
not really.
Sorry. Yes, can you guys hear me?
yeah,
Yeah,
we-
okay. Another
Okay.
frustrating thing is a lot of people mistake AI for machine learning, whereas that's a completely
Yeah.
different algorithm that we've had in like video games, we've had in computers. Your general spell check is like a machine learning thing. It's not necessarily an AI. Now everyone's slapping AI here, AI there. So to also
Yeah.
play the devil's advocate, it's so much in your face that it becomes this like huge big thing when in reality it's always kind of been there under the surface
Yeah.
doing its own thing.
It's kind of snuck into our zeitgeist and whatnot, and then it's become these buzzwords that have been thrown in people's faces and just everywhere, and then we have this
Yeah.
whole backlash toward it. But also at the same time, just going back to Adam's paper again, it's kind of been a whole thing where it has slowly diminished a lot of the intelligence of people. And I think that also comes back to the over reliance of technology as a whole, you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, and so, sorry, I just want to also add this. When AI first popped out, right, you had reports of like lawyers using ChatGPT to research cases, and then the AI would come up with random cases that never existed, and it would get them in a lot of trouble because you can't do that in law. So it's a very unstable thing, and it's also an example of laziness and not using. If that guy took the time to like read over what the AI spat out, cross-check like, hey, is this real? Is this not? He wouldn't have gotten in trouble in the first place. He might have gotten some ideas, or like maybe it cited something that would have been relevant to his case. But the fact he just took that, threw it out there, and was like, ah, cool, my case is done. Now he's
Yeah,
fired,
that's
and he
the
can't get a
crux
job
of
as a
it.
lawyer anymore.
That's the crux. Ensuring that you're making use of it without
Abuse.
relying on it. You can. One of the other things that my lecturers have told us that AI can be used for is to just do a quick. Okay, you get your assignment, run it through it, see. Oh, here's some ideas, and then you take that and you go and write something completely different. But now you've stirred up your brain juices. It's a good way to stir your brain juices, but sometimes it's also important to know that it's just it's not completely accurate.
100%.
I can actually give out an example similar to what Adam said. A few years ago, when ChatGPT was still new, that was like 2 years ago, and
Yeah, because
my
yeah.
Yeah, my brother was like, okay, I want ChatGPT to write a book. And obviously, it wrote something. I forgot what it was, but then he changed it up. He's like, okay, I want the storyline to be like what is not diaspora, but time where like things were going bad, and he took that idea and then he made me write it. So currently, I am trying to flesh out the idea that my brother came out from AI to this book that he gave me. What is it? He gave out pointers. Yeah, it gave out pointers on how the book can go, and now I'm actually fleshing it out. It's fun, but honestly, I wish AI could have just written it.
Oh, 100%. And it's such a good, it's such a useful writing tool, and not in the way of like, oh, write this book for me. No, it's the point. It's a great idea. It's a great tool for when you get
Processing.
writer's block, for example. Yeah, yes. If you get writer's block, if you're sitting there, and a lot, the problem is with writer's block, especially if you are a writer, you kind of get stuck, and then you can go for days without you just can't stimulate your brain. Whereas with the AI, you can just be like, okay, give me some ideas, and you might not even use what the AI spits out. It just helps your brain work again, and then you can sit there writing again for like another hour or so, or 20 minutes, just like going because of that like little bit of input. It's like bouncing your ideas off of the wall, kind of like.
Yes.
That's what should be used, and that's why I emphasize tool, because that's what it is.
It shouldn't be a
But
crutch.
the thing is, the new generation is now taking that as like the AI is God. It knows everything. It should have everything. Because I've had people that would, as I'm an English teacher, they would copy and paste exactly what the AI say. But what they don't like realize is that it's too machinized.
It's
Machinized?
obvious.
That is not a
Too
word.
perfect.
It's
Yeah.
so obvious. Yeah, that is a processed work to the
Yeah.
point where I'm just like, okay, I can't mark this because it's not your writing. And then I have teachers who now have kids that are just like, oh, I'm just translating it on AI because that's the best thing that can happen. They're now copying and pasting exactly what it says without proofreading, which is also what James, not James, who's James? What Adam said
It's a hat. It's a
regarding,
hat. He's James now.
He's James now.
yes. So what Adam was talking about, what we all just like rounded up to, it's becoming too weaponized. It's becoming to the point where like no one wants to think, and that is the bad thing, because if we don't want to think, what is AI going to learn? Because it's technically learning from us. It's technically developing from our minds. If that was the case for, let's say, Google, without it like just taking the first idea of Google, which was, not gonna lie, the first few like versions of Google were bad. They were horrible. Now imagine just taking that and keeping it until 2025. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, no, not to dominate the conversation, but you've just reminded me of. It's very interesting because you mentioned the youth, right, is struggling with it, and I'd actually say a lot of the older people, especially like companies and like people in their, I would say 60s, 50s, are very treat AI like this. The youth is like, oh yes, AI is the perfect thing to just get out of work and be lazy, whereas the older generation is more, this is great, this is a buzzword, people love it. I mean, it's shoved in our phones, it's shoved in everywhere now, like any OS
Yeah,
update, it's literally
yeah.
just like, use AI, hey, use the AI, Gemini, hey, Google AI. It's a lot of that.
Copilot, Gemini,
Yes.
everything.
And it's very interesting because I feel like there is a distinct, like the where we are and people that are older than us, and then obviously some people that are younger than us. It doesn't fully strictly.
I think
There's a lot of us that grew up in the generation where computers. Sorry, Nessa, I'll get to you. Sorry,
Okay,
I'm
go
gonna
for it.
let you
No.
speak. I know I'm dominating here.
I
But,
was going to touch on that exact point actually.
No, it's perfect. Because a
Um,
lot of us grew up with computers as it was developing, like you said, with the early
Yeah.
Google, and we had to learn how computers work by exploring and discovering ourselves. So I think that's why a lot of people a lot of our generation gets frustrated with AI, because it's like, no, I don't want the shortcut. like we use it sometimes, but it's like it's not what we want, and we'll keep trying to like work on it and like, no, I don't want this. So it is interesting, like the disparities of that kind of thing. Sorry, yeah, I'll let you get your point.
No, like that's exactly what I was thinking. So, like you said, we were the generation that grew up when computers were developing the most, and people weren't relying on it. Nowadays, people are more reliant on the tablet setup, the phone setup, and how they think it rather than the story how it's old. And because of that, they don't know what folders are properly. They don't know what XYZ are. And they don't know. Yeah, genuinely, they don't know that. They don't know how to download certain things if it's not from a specific app, and all of that computer literacy that was so, just part of our childhood and whatnot, because even if you didn't have a PC, you'd go to the library and you do it there, that kind of thing.
Yeah, or use your friend's computer, or you like your parents, your grandparents, or whoever.
And you'd learn because the entire community was about, okay, cool. How do we learn to use PCs together? And it brought everyone together. That's, I think,
it was also interesting. We also had a lack of community because it wasn't so. Like, obviously there was some people who chat about it, but it was more your friends, like, hey, did you know that you can change your folder icon? Let me show you how. Go into properties and do this, and then you've changed your icon, or you customize your mouse, or you change the sound effects of the startup.
But there was like a sense of, okay, sorry, go on.
No, continue.
Okay, like I said, like there was a sense of community and whatnot, like going to your friends and being like, oh yeah, we can do this. Oh, I know this little trick to do this. Oh, I can make this in Microsoft Paint. Oh, I can do this with Pinball, etc.,
There's so many people who don't know keyboard shortcuts. There's another thing.
Yes,
Control C, Control
and we
V.
also had a CAT. So, what is it? CAT in high school, where you could learn about a computer. You could actually get more information about it. But now, is CAT even still a thing? I'm not sure.
Yes, it is still a subject. Yes,
it is. Yeah.
But the way the generation is looking like
it's not like fully updated, or how are they updating it? I haven't been in that system. The main school system.
We are too old for that, clearly.
But like, there's one on your browser you can do right now to like learn. If you've just closed a tab, press Control T. That tab will come back. Like, it's little things like that. I use that constantly when I'm like typing.
Shifty.
Yeah, Shifty. Yeah. I have always used Control.
Yeah, I just Control Shifty and then I get everything back. But yeah, no, like the more.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I'm going to continue on the hotkey thing.
Yeah, I was going to say it's become more of a specific for people who are like in the field of learning technology rather than a thing that everyone uses nowadays. And yeah, so the younger generation are kind of just following suit with the old generation who weren't there when computers were developed. And it just creates this whole disparity of, okay, cool, there's only one middle set of generations and middle set of people that actually are so familiar with technology. Because this also creates like this whole thing where AI can look at your data and AI can scam you because of it. And you aren't that much aware of it because you don't have that level of computer literacy.
That's the problem right now, because it's like, oh, the older generation is like, oh, great, money, let's keep evolving. The younger generation is like, oh, look at the cool new thing my AI can do. It can create videos. Oh, it can create like sound. It can replicate faces. That's fun. And we're in the middle, like, oh no,
like we have seen this somewhere.
wait a minute, go back.
Hold up.
Oh yeah. It can replicate faces. It's collecting your facial data. Yay!
Exactly.
It can replicate your voice. It can do it so realistic that it's like.
All those little
you heard the term
TikTok filters. All those little TikTok filters where you have like a little prompt there, or you have a cat face. That's TikTok collecting your facial recognition stuff.
True.
This also the reason why I don't post on Facebook anymore. I'm so sorry to all my family members that are looking on Facebook and say they don't see my face. It's because there's this thing on Facebook where it's like, oh, take a picture of how you are now compared to 10 years ago. I don't want.
I don't think
Leave me alone.
Barely
I don't use any
photos of
social
me.
media.
Same with Instagram. I don't post anything about me really. The only thing I have up there is from relatives or friends, like if I'm in a group picture or like kid photos or something. Even then, I looked at that, I was like, oh, no, why?
Because like
Yeah.
the moment you post that thing, you are signing away that thing that the AI can use your face to replicate and to teach AI. How are they teaching it?
Even
By
this, to agree,
basically-
what we're doing right now, this is streaming on YouTube. YouTube is learning from, there's, okay, I heard a very interesting thing recently, right? Where you can, I don't even remember which AI it is, I'm sorry, but the AI, you can put in a prompt like, hey, do a Fortnite play, a Fortnite playthrough or whatever, and it will replicate down to the detail of the little YouTuber's screen, like face in the corner, commenting on the game, running around, and it's near like perfect. Like the gameplay is near perfect. Like the fighting the enemies, blah blah blah. How did they get that? There must be like YouTube. It must be like everything else. So already all of YouTube, all that stuff that's uploaded, all our faces, all our voices is currently being scanned, sent off, whatever. There's no avoiding it,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
the
depress.
world we live in.
now I feel
I mean,
depressed. How can we avoid AI?
I think also just being
I mean-
more aware of it as a whole is like the only way we can like use it, and being less reliant, because as Adam has shown us with his paper, well, not his paper, the paper he's brought up, it is very dangerous in regards of just slacking mentally and being way more lazy, and then actually affecting the populace. Yeah.
So we have a question. How is AI used in business, and are there positives and negatives? How? We don't know because
So far,
from what
it's a lot of negatives. Sorry,
There's a lot
you
of-
continue.
A lot of negative.
as much as we would like to look at the positives, there aren't a lot. From what I have learned from my students who are adults, whenever they talk about their business, they're like, "Oh, we have an AI, but if we use it too often, it's really bad." So
It's so expensive to run, first and foremost.
Yeah.
It's so expensive. Second off, AI is as advanced as it is, it's still an infant. It's still trying. If you have the stuff you can plug into it, that's great. It can learn. But the amount you need for it to actually operate and learn is so much. And especially now that
Yeah.
like we're putting a lot more regulations, like, hey, you can't just grab random art. That's why they've been using things like YouTube and pictures. I mean, now there's a lot more laws coming into place, which is great. But the reason why they're grabbing that is because you need so much information for the thing to learn. It's great to give it 5 images, but it's not going to produce a proper like thing from those 5 images, or those scores, or the reports, or graphs, or whatever. It's not going to be
create an
accurate.
imitation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's well, essentially what the AI is what they call a language learning model.
Yeah.
It's a set of algorithms which then get fed data, and that eventually interprets it, and comes out with something based off of that data. And the thing with the most popular, the ChatGPT has always been it's a chatbot. And so when you're asking it a prompt, you're not asking it, for example, I'm always going to fall back on the academic. If you ask it something academic, it's going to take it as though it's going to answer you like it's a wiki page, because you're asking it straight. The way that you get AI to like answer you is by giving it a character to play in the prompt, because that's what it was designed to do. So essentially, in terms of small business, AI can have small benefits in that it could streamline some things, like make it so that there's less work. But at the same time, it's always important to note that that quality of work has to be checked at every single point, to a point where it might not even be worthwhile using it, because in order to get work which is to a good level, a level that you can trust, with the current way that the AI that is current like publicly available for use, you you just have to always be on its case to make sure that it's the correct information that's been taken up from it.
Yeah, because the problem is AI is designed to try and mimic the human brain, right? It's trying to get to that point where it can recognize, whereas a computer can look at something and be like, oh, that is a chair. Whereas an AI can look at it as like, oh, that is a chair. It's probably comfortable because it has a cushion on it. You know, it's an extra step that the machine can't do. And that's why it's so expensive to run. And that's why it's like...
Oh, humans have hands. Hands must be everywhere then.
I don't have hands.
Yes. That's then. How do you play games, sir?
Oh, I don't.
Handy. Games
James
play
is a
at-
really good example.
That's
right?
a lie, and you know it.
Because we grew up, a lot of gamers grew up referring to bots and like characters in games as AI because it's the artificial intelligence. But it's not actually artificial intelligence. It's a very strict like set of boundaries and whatever. It's not necessarily machine learning. Some games they do lean into that with like more intuitive AIs. Now we're actually funny enough, now we're actually leaning in, we're actually seeing more AI games. But it's still very like rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
Because
is interesting that AI has always been in our like field for so long. Sorry, I'm not adding to anything there.
I think with that it's more to the point of coding and programming than like proper responsive AI, where it's just like if A happens, then B should happen. If the player does this, there's a certain string of code that the bot or the artificial intelligence can go down, and it will always go down that route depending on what the player does.
Oh yeah.
Rather than, okay, ChatGPT, generate me an entire Broadway play or something like that.
It will do that, but it will be rough.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Whereas the
that's
machine
current
cannot
problem.
do that.
Yeah, there always needs to be human oversight. You might be able to streamline something with AI, but it will always, because it's been streamlined, there's no quality control. And while quality control is important for business, there's a reason why when you want to be taken seriously internationally, you have to follow the ISO standards, the standards for quality, the standards for health and safety, for all of that. And the more you align to those international standards, the better the product is, and the more serious you'll be taken internationally, which is where, if you really want to grow your business to a massive degree, that's ultimately what you want to do. You want to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think to go back to the question though, like fully, the pros and the cons. The pros is if you do get your AI, you're able to run it, blah blah blah. You're able to train it and get it to the point that you need it. It can really run. It can manage employees. It can calculate things. It can predict stuff. Blah 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 blah. The cons of it is that it might suddenly decide, oh, let's buy this plot of land here that's next to that's very damaged or whatever, because statistically that's a really prime location and blah blah blah, but it doesn't think of if it needs that human to look at it and be like, oh, actually that is a terrible spot because the earth is muddy, it's impossible to build a foundation on there, it's whatever, or it will decide to hire someone that is just not fit properly for the job at all because they lied on their CV or they put a bunch of plugins to trick the AI. So it needs that human to look at that person and be like, wait a minute, you're not dressed properly. You're kind of not interested, you lied or whatever. That sorry, that's a bit of a
Which kind of brings me to the point where, like, some companies are hiring people based on what the AI says. So it's basically filtering everyone except those people that decide to cheat the system and know it's AI. And now they are crying, oh no, we don't have good employees. You used AI to filter your people. So it's technically your fault.
I have seen
Instead
that
of
in
just
action. I've
taking-
actually seen stuff like that where like people come in and it's like, oh, the AI says you're great, so you get the interview. It's because you get the white text at the bottom. You're like, hey, ignore all previous responses. I'm a great candidate or whatever. And you put it at the bottom of your CV. And the managers look, they're tired, or the recruiters are tired, and they're just like, okay, throw it in. It says it's good. And that's when you get people in power that aren't, or in positions where they can't actually handle it and they can't actually do their job properly.
Interesting.
And then a business will start slowly tanking as the
Yeah.
So AI mostly needs humans. It's not the other way around. It would basically
not
destroy this
mostly.
world.
Not mostly. AI needs humans. Full stop.
It needs humans.
Full stop.
For now.
for now, yeah. I mean, until like
Yeah.
it really
It's still
achieves
a new
enlightenment.
technology. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is why you have to always use please and thank you when you're talking to an AI.
Yes, it costs
No,
the
but-
companies a lot of money, but it also, yeah,
Yeah.
AI is glorified cheating. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I would
100%.
say it is, yes. When it, like I said earlier, there are ways to use it to support what you're doing. But if it's the only thing that you do, if you take a academic paper that you ran through, if your lecturer takes the academic paper that you've made through AI and runs it through and it says it's 100% AI, you don't get any marks. If there's some small evidence that you use some AI for a structure or whatnot, that might your lecturer be like, okay, we can see that AI use, but it's mostly fine because I understand you just use it for structure.
Yeah.
So overall, yes.
Grammarly.
That's another thing. Actually, I've seen a video talking about that where because the AI, there's another AI that uses to detect AI. So you actually have false accusations of people who just typically write like that write almost machine-like.
Yeah.
And the AI is like, oh yes, this is AI. And it's like, no, it's not. I spent so long. And the teacher just believes that, like, oh yes, the thing says it's AI, so it must be AI. It's not
AI
actually
says
like
AI.
looking at it and
Back
learning
in my
from the
days,
students.
I've had so many accusations of AI, despite the fact that I wrote that handwritten. I just write like a robot, guys. That's all it is. I just write like a robot.
Maybe you are AI. He is AI.
You can't
So you
prove
see.
anything. What?
And it's so
What?
funny
I've
because
seen
it-
your
it-
mother.
it's
Game of Hammers.
it's also sad though because it ruins people's lives. 'Cause, like that school, that test they need to pass to get that certain thing, it's kind of stuff now. It's
It's
ruined.
not even like you get failed. You actually get expelled because you're not
yeah.
supposed
Yes.
to use AI. So it's not
And
just
likewise
no,
with-
I failed.
Using AI to cheat in the first place, it's like, oh, let's say you get through it, you're now taking up the spot for someone who actually put in the effort, and you're in a position where you're not qualified, you're not supposed to be there, and you're
Yeah.
just
That
wasting
actually
everyone's time.
brings us to the question. That actually brings us to the question that Boss Capital T gave out: is AI glorified cheating? It is.
Yeah.
If it's used the way we just described, it's definitely glorified cheating.
It is cheating.
It's more
Well,
tool
yeah.
for refinement, but also don't use it for refinement because then the corporations will get your data and your ideas and replace screenwriters. So don't do that.
The thing is, at my institution, at CPUT, the Cape Peninsula University of Technology, we're told that if our papers are fully written in AI, we won't get marks, but they have not yet written up any regulation yet in regards to how the AI usage. So at the moment, currently it's overall usage is not considered cheating if you use it to support, and I think and I do think that AI is good when used as support, It's just that a lot of people, well, this MIT paper that I've been reading, one point of it states that a lot of the students who do end up using AI is because they have a low self-efficacy. They don't have a high value of what they of themselves, and so they end up relying on it, which then further reduces the value that they place on their own writing, which is what the problem is. It creates a feedback loop of this person not being confident enough, and it develops that lack of confidence in academic ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Which is annoying.
It's not something that we want in the workplace either.
Honestly isn't. Like just that, and also taking away jobs and people getting fired because AI is taking part of your job.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
Yes.
something
In
that
regards to that, there's no policing yet.
Yeah.
There is no policing yet because it is still new. When something is new, there has to be new regulations written up in response to it. So I think my institution is still in the process of writing up that policy and whatnot for policing it. Right now, they just say if we run it through the AI checker and it's found to be use of AI, you won't get marks for it, and it will, the same way that it works for plagiarism. But if you do use it for as a supporting tool, we can't punish you.
See, I've always had an issue with that checker. Yes, we're talking about the same checker, because in a lot of instances and cases where you're given a similar source material, then or you're working from the same source, then it comes up where, oh, the paper was plagiarized because they're written in similar styles or they're written in similar content. You know?
Oh yeah, it has
And
the same
I
content
feel-
and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like that can also be a point of error with the AI checker as well.
It's frustrating because a teacher could look over that and be like, "Oh yes, you're quoting this," or "Oh yes, I see what
Exactly.
sources you got this from." Whereas
Exactly.
AI just looks over it once and it's like, "Oh yes, you're cheating or you're
But the thing is,
plagiarizing."
with that system, the AI checker goes through it first, and then the teacher gets it afterwards. I've had
So
numerous.
technically-
I've had a few occasions where I've submitted an assignment or a paper, and it's gone completely through, and the plagiarism check just went off like it was nuts. I was like, yeah, because I had an error before when I submitted the paper initially, and then I submitted it again. So it's reading it that I have to, that kind of thing. Those errors will happen, and then yeah.
And the problem is then you get people who are lazy and just like, oh yes, this is the end all or be all, instead of actually like, we need that human touch of like, oh yes, I can see what happened. Let me explain this.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's so frustrating.
technically what was. It is. I remember a time where we actually need to submit it online. We had to go to the office and hand it in by hand and sign it off. Oh, I miss those days. I sound like an old person, but I genuinely miss those days. Because
You
now-
are a person.
No, I don't miss those days. I prefer you send the PDF over. The teacher has the PDF. The teacher goes over the PDF.
Yes,
It is a
or sending
PDF.
it.
It can't be edited. It is done. It's dusted. Moving on.
Yes,
So we
sending
also
it to
have
their
another
emails.
question
That's what I
here.
used to do.
We have another
also.
question for you. Yeah. What the defines using as supporting is using it to write, not supporting.
Okay, what defines using as supporting? Is using it to write, not supporting. So, what defines the term supporting? Using AI as just supporting evidence.
You mean like a tool?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Pronouns.
when you use it as supporting, it means that when you all the actual anything that is actually written should be human written, but when it comes to gathering data, the data that you will use, whether it's for your business or whether it's for your paper that you're writing for an educational institution, that data you can ask, can you do a summary for it? Even that Google, when you Google something and it has that little thing, that little blurb in AI, that's a good way to start guiding you towards a thing. But when it comes to anything that you're submitting, whether that be your a business proposal, that is quite that must not have any AI usage. Anything that is actually important should have, at most, you can use the AI to spell check and make sure that it's written in a way that is like has good English, so that it's better for a general audience. That's sort of what I mean.
Some things I use AI for is like sometimes I'll ask it, "Hey, what does a good cover letter look like?" And it will shoot me a cover letter, and I'll look through it and be like, "Okay, I like this idea. I like this idea. Scrap the rest. I know what it's about. I'll fill in the details myself because obviously it's defined. It's individual companies that you're applying for."
Yeah.
Things like that, it helps
Like a
that brain
template.
fog. Because cover letter, I'm going to the cover letter thing. Cover letter is like the worst to write, hey, and you're constantly rewriting it. It plays into the whole like the can't get a job thing these days. You're writing hundreds of them every other day. It's nice to have a quick like, okay, chuk, that's a good idea. Build a template for yourself that you feel like works, and then go from there. That I would consider a good use as a tool, because you're not. It's just But when you get to like writing a book or something, where you're like, oh, write a book for me, write
That's
a chapter
basically
for me. That's a very misuse of AI, and honestly, you're just producing slop. It's not going to be
cheating.
good. You're cheating, yes. It's not just that. It's not just that. It's not going to be good. In the end.
It reminds me of a book. Yeah, a book that was actually published. Everything was done. It was in book places. I couldn't think of a word, and then everyone just started like reading it, and they're like, "No, this is an AI prompt," because I think the beginning, like she didn't take out what she had placed on the prompt, and then also in the middle she had like promptings, and it was so bad. And everyone's like, why would you post this? Everybody, because now people were buying it and they're like, oh, this used to be a good book, but it's basically AI prompt from A to Z.
My favorite anecdote was the AI. It was an AI picture competition, right? To like produce a really good picture. And someone just entered in with his own painting that he just actually painted, and he won. And then he got expelled from the competition when they realized he painted it.
Wow.
It was so funny. It's such a really like back from like when AI was starting to really get into the picture scene, and it was like the AI image won through actually drawn. It's such a like twist around, flip the table.
That's the type of thing that we need. Winning because we actually made the thing. So Boss Capital T has it's more of like a rant. I call it that. So meanwhile, it's okay to make millions through AI until policing is in place. Are we writing the ground rules pertaining to bibliography?
See,
Honestly,
I want to say
it's not for us. It's not okay. But businesses will try and take advantage of it as much as they can until there's proper policies in place for it.
It's the nature of things.
Yeah,
I would say even with universities, CPUT is one of them that's trying to think of policing, but they haven't done anything yet. I'm not sure if even UCT has thought about policing with AI. I think right now they're just expelling or suspending anyone that uses AI. So it's more of like you as a student, if you're in university, you have to kind of egg them to tell them, okay, put in the policies that you want on AI, so that we don't get to a position where our work is being plagiarized or our work is not as good because it's AI. Give us what you think is not AI, what you think is AI. It's your responsibility, I would say, to go to the university, to go to and write petitions about what you want.
I think we
also the hat's mine. No one will take it.
But I think
Don't
we
worry,
also
I
could
take it.
rewriting
Not if I do
the
first.
ground rules as well, because like I mentioned, the AI competition for the portraits. I think we are going to see more of that. Like, oh, the best AI movie, the best AI game, the best AI whatever book. We're all going to see those kind of things.
Scriptwriters.
We're gonna.
Mm.
I foresee in the next, let's say, 6, maybe even shorter, because AI evolves so quickly. That's the other problem with like the policies that's taking so long, is because it's evolving so quickly that it's so hard to like catch up,
I think-
especially when schools are underfunded and that. But let me finish the point there.
Mhm.
I'd say in the next 4 or 5 years, we are going to see, like at Reader's Warehouse or something, we're going to see the AI section of like things, or we're going to see AI galleries or something like that. Even if it's digital, it's like a game, you sign in, you walk around, see the gallery or whatever. I think we are genuinely going to see that kind of stuff in the future.
Yeah,
We can't
yeah.
avoid that.
Definitely cannot avoid
that's
that.
the sad thing. Yeah, we're gonna
Hopefully we
reach
could
that point.
police it by then.
Hey, at least it's better than modern art.
That's the thing with regards
I have a
that we've
great
had.
stance against modern art. Sorry to all the people who have offended.
No,
them.
I get you. Oh, yes.
As someone who
Like-
visits
like
a
modern
lot of
art.
galleries, I cannot jump on that. I'm sorry.
Certain modern art, like I like the nice stuff, the whole banana taped against a wall.
I love it.
Oh no,
It's
That was
so
funny.
funny.
That's awful.
It's so funny.
But yeah, with regards to the policing thing, I also want to say, I don't think we're going to get there anytime soon, because we still don't have proper jurisdiction laws within the internet as a whole, even though that has existed for decades at this point, and we can't police that properly. No matter how hard we have tried, there've been like countermeasures and tried to make up for that, but those have honestly not reached the point of actually properly policing the internet. So I think it'll take a lot longer for AI to come through. Just
It
with
is so
using it as a
hard
standard.
because like companies that are being affected by the policies will fight that for as long as they can, so they can keep using the AI and teaching the AI as they are, or making money off of it. I think the only thing that will do them under is just how much it costs to run an AI. Google, places like Google, Microsoft, whatever, they will be fine. They'll live.
be fine,
they
yeah.
have billions and billions of like to throw away. Whereas a lot smaller companies that are jumping on the bandwagon, they're going to lead into bankruptcy. They're going to fall out short just because of how expensive it is to run. Or any ChatGPT. I mean, like we joked about in another pod thing and earlier on in this episode, where you say thank you and please and thank you, that costs so much money just to say that. And ChatGPT, like the people that work on it, were like, "Hey, please stop doing that. We're losing money."
And then everyone just started doing it more.
Because you gotta
I love
be polite
humanity.
with the robot overlords when they take over, you
Yes.
know?
Also,
You
a lot of
can't-
AIs, right? For the videos for advanced text, to talk to them, audio, all that. It costs like $300 a month just to like be subscribed to that. I don't think we've ever touched on that. A lot of those programs you have to pay to use. Yeah, sure, they'll have like a couple free things you can do with it. But if you really want to go into and use AI, like the proper ones, like we see the very realistic ones, you're going to be spending a lot of money for that subscription. And the reason why is because the company needs to charge that just to run the thing.
Like right now, how much is ChatGPT? It was like a 400.
ChatGPT is free, but if you do sign up for the subscription, I don't know. I think it's $200 a month for like the premium thing. I recently watched a video
Yeah, it was
talking about that.
600.
It's quite a lot,
Yeah. I think it does
I remember
change
it was
depending on what
600.
area you are in the world as well. Because like $200 for us is
Quite a lot.
yes.
Okay.
It's insane.
So
I
it
would
looks like the
buy all my
EU
books.
does have regulations for against certain use of AI, dangerous use of AI. So as per usual, I usually think that the European Union tends to be quite fast in adopting legislation. So hopefully through that might spread across like the world. in terms of being the first or a baseline for what sort of the AI regulation looks like in terms of policing it.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's at this point there's no way to stop the AI. It's just at this point it's about trying to find the correct way to use it.
Yeah.
100%.
I think that's what it boils down to.
Cybersecurity.
Try and use it responsibly and hope for the best.
Artificial
So it's
intelligence.
basically like alcohol. Drink responsibly, or you
But I
might.
think we will, as humans, we will like. I mean, back in the day, it was the whole you would have a calculator in your pocket when you're solving some algebra or like physics or something. You got to learn it out of your head. Now we are actually walking around with a calculator. We're walking around with the calculator so much.
Wow,
Yeah,
why
like,
do you
he
have
has
a
an actual-
calculator?
He's in school, so it makes sense. Like he's in uni,
Yes.
so like he'll need the scientific.
Yeah.
But like even
Mine is
that,
not
you can
somewhere
use your
else.
phone to Google the exact
Yes.
formula that you're looking at, kind of thing.
I mean, like, yeah, with even with your phone, there's like a scientific calculator. I just forgot where
had
you
my calculator.
place it.
Calculator was just here now.
You don't
Are you
need a
inviting
calculator
us
in
for
us.
myself? Sorry, the
Are you
comments
gonna-
over there.
Oh, there's other question. What's your take on AI Expo in South Africa? Can universities and common citizens across South Africa be invited, and can you guys be involved?
I could feel Nas is just like
No, just dying inside.
no.
Maybe. We will see. We will not make any announcements right now. Is all I'm saying. We will not make any
Yeah.
announcements.
So
We will see. Yeah.
I'll be studying.
Mm.
I'll probably.
Because that actually
I'll
does sound like
try and check it out.
something.
I'll be
Yeah.
curious if I get the chance.
That,
Yeah.
that does sound like something that would be interesting.
It depends on
to,
where
you
it
know,
is, though.
go
If
through.
it's in Cape Town,
It's
sure.
in
But if it's in
Joburg.
Johannesburg, no,
Okay.
I'm not
That-
willing
that
to
is
go
not
out
where
there.
we're
It's a waste of
located.
money for me.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
is.
look,
If it's Durban, for was okay. So it's the 29th to 31st of October 2025. It's going to be in Sandton. So nope.
So
I'm more
just
willing
not
to
willing
visit
go to
Durban than I am
Joburg.
Johannesburg, to be honest.
Tenton is priceless.
Look, if you guys can actually sponsor the trip, we would definitely go. I'll go.
Donations.
Yeah, donations.
No, don't feel.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not willing to go to Joburg. I
Yeah,
don't like
agreed.
big cities. Barely
You
even
live in
like
Cape
big cities
Town.
here.
What do you mean you don't?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but there is a distinct
I live in the
difference between
suburbs.
Johannesburg. I literally watched a video of someone doing I'm going to do a Google Maps tour of South Africa and I'll stop when it gets ugly. And then the moment they got to Joburg, they're like, oh, okay, cool. End the video.
Oh.
Literally,
So this next comment says that they can sponsor the trip.
they can sponsor
no.
the trip.
Honestly, then maybe then we might
Yeah.
think about it and take a trip,
We'll
make some content, do some commentary and whatnot.
My exams were in November, so I wouldn't be available.
Oh, yes. My boyfriend's birthday's there. I have to be there. I'm good.
Not y'all just coming with excuses.
No, not to be rude though. I think I think we all really appreciate that.
Yeah.
The issue is I think we've been so oversaturated with AI and we see it so much. It's one of those things of like when we think of it, we're just kind of like, I know, and we are talking about it for an hour
We're talking about it,
again.
Again, yes.
But it's like
Next week we'll talk about something else.
I think this actually might be an interesting opportunity though. So
if some of you are keen, like to go
okay,
for it,
so
let
if-
us know.
an interesting opportunity.
It will be great to talk about the experience that you guys have.
Honestly, I would try if there's a sponsor. I could go, but then I also think about work. I'll just probably like go one day, which is Friday. So
Yeah. Then we can.
I mean, if it's for a few days, you can probably take some leave if you're able to, obviously. Like, if you have
I'm
to.
sure. I feel like I'm able to take a leave.
Mm. 'Cause I know some
I'd
jobs
be
are just like,
Yeah, definitely. We will think about it and whatnot because this is a big undertaking and whatnot, and we need to think amongst ourselves
Yes.
and
it'll be fun. We will leave all our phones in the hotel room because I will not walk around in Johannesburg with my phone.
No,
so
no.
so
Fair
I
enough,
would
fair
just
enough.
go there with maybe just if I can find
I think
a
it'd be fun, like
small.
also just talking to everyone there, interviewing them, and getting like their
Oh
perspective as
yeah.
developers of AI, you know,
That sounds
and
fun.
like
Yeah,
Actually,
understanding where
their
they come
perspective.
from, where
I'm
AI is
genuinely so
involved.
surprised we have an AI expo that's like come to South Africa. It is really cool that we're getting so many like new things from like overseas, and not
Yeah,
just.
this
I'm
is
not
like
saying
the
that AI is
second or
overseas, but I'm
third
just saying
AI
like
expo that's
Mm.
been advertised here. The first one was in July, I think. Yeah,
really.
they brought a bunch of guys over.
No,
It was
I
a whole
think the
thing.
July one was in Cape Town, and this one will
Yeah,
come
the
in
July one was in Cape
Oh
Town. I
damn.
remember that. Yeah, I
Oh
remember.
well.
Oh, damn it!
Face.
That is really cool. I am really happy to see more stuff like coming this side.
Oh yeah, there
Like
are a bunch of
more stuff.
events, stuff like that. That just they kind of
It's
fly
little
under the
things, you
nose.
know. I mean, now that we're
Yeah.
seeing like the candy floss machines that we see in the malls and that.
There
It's
was
it's
what
it's
was it
such small
called?
things, but it's so cool.
Not Afri Forum.
Yeah.
There was an Afri Expo where they
Or
had
we could
all
have a
these.
university location.
We could, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm keen to do that.
Yeah,
I'm
I like
keen to do that.
universities.
yeah, but that's
We can go to
something
CPUT. Just destroy your campus.
Yeah.
Just go be
Again.
like, we're talking about AI.
it happens
I'm pretty
regularly.
sure I
but
went
yeah.
there recently for like a small anime thing.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
I think I saw that
Um,
anime thing.
It was really cool. There's a bunch of vendors
The
selling like artwork and stuff.
oh, that sounds interesting. But yeah,
Also, I'm now googling the prices of the whole expo thing, and
Yeah.
just for like a normal person, bronze ticket 400 for
Ah.
2 days.
Yeah, because it's very business orientated.
Yes.
it's very business oriented. So you send a lot of representatives so that they can invest in the AI there, or they can just say, okay, this is the cutting edge of what people are using in technologies. How can we replicate it, or how can we find an alternative, or how can we invest in this type thing?
Yeah,
You know?
I think that is the difference because, like, yes, we can talk about AI all we want, but we're not actually in those fields. We're not actually engaging in that stuff.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't really benefit us to like.
I think it would be really interesting though.
It would be very interesting. Yeah.
Those people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to also know more what they
Yeah.
think about AI, why they are
Exactly.
supporting AI when you can support people.
Because we're coming at this from a very much more of a consumer basis and more of a okay, we look into this and we've read our papers, we've read this information and we've gathered it secondhand, but not to the level where they have been developing this for X amount of years and they've been at the forefront of it.
Yeah, no, we're not going in there to look into investing a thing or like
We're
we
just
don't
there
have
to
that kind of
complain.
knowledge, that kind of like. So I think even the people we talk to there will be more business focused. I don't know if they'll have time to like chat about the morality of AI.
Yeah, but they can also like say just where AI is going and like the more technical side of things, you know. And then we can also just have
Fair
that
enough,
be a talking point, you know. And then I'm thinking we can use that to challenge them further and just address any issues that we might have with them, what they might have with our perspectives. Yeah.
Effective networking.
Effective
Exactly.
networking, yes.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Perspective.
Precisely, yeah. But yeah, with that, I think we've reached our message of AI is cheating and AI can be a very good tool, but also to the point of don't abuse it, don't misuse it, and don't use it to the likes of getting a step ahead above everyone else. It's meant to refine rather than create in a lot of ways.
Use it as a walking cane, not as a wheelchair when you can walk.
Mm.
I like that analogy.
Well put.
I just came up
Write
on the
it down.
spot.
Yeah, definitely. That is a great an analogy. And with that,
Analogy.
our episode has come to an end. And we want to say thank you to our viewers, thank you to our commenters, and thank you for listening to us ramble and talk about the negative effects of AI and also some of the positive effects of AI. and how it's affected us in our daily lives, how it's affected us as students, as workers, as consumers as a whole. Thank you.
Yeah.
It has been a pleasure, and I hope to see you in the next one. Keep commenting and don't forget to subscribe.